Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday night Zoom, and we had a good weekend. Bitcoin pumped over 21K, flirted with 22. Had a pretty good day today. Dropped a little bit in the afternoon, but pumping again. We're over 22,000. Maybe we'll push through that, and that will be our, turn that resistance into support. Let's go to the chart. Okay, you should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart. Can I get an amen?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So looks like Bitcoin just did close over 22. So I'll have to adjust my range here. I can't seem to get rid of this, but let's delete this for a moment. So and then we're dipping down a little bit right now, but we got over 22, almost 23 today. Now we're at 22.3. So I like this trending action. It's what we're looking for. You want to get this recovery. Ethereum is doing even better. And I've got my 8-hour chart, and I've drawn this trend line here because I recall a couple other movements like this for Ethereum last year or earlier this year. Yeah, we had something like that right about here in March, big move. That was probably over 20% if I recall. Over 40%, that's even better. And another one like that around here in January too. So Ethereum looking good, on the news. They're moving along on the upgrade, the migration to 2.0. So people are excited about that and seem to be buying Ethereum accordingly. A lot of staking going on. So yeah, good stuff for Ethereum. Bitcoin had some pretty good news. Transactions are $1 million transactions are on the increase. Market cap's over $1 trillion for the whole crypto sector. So overall, getting some better news. Still not all good news. Is this, Apple takes a bite out of the market. So Apple was down today in their earnings, which affected, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ, which unfortunately affected Bitcoin for a while, but it did bounce back. So that's about all I have for the market overall. Anybody else care to contribute or chat about anything about the market?
How do you, so what's the actual price of Bitcoin right now? Because CoinGecko shows it at 22,441.
Yeah, I've got the Binance chart up, so 22,460.
Oh, okay. So that's where it's at.
It was obscured by the little video in the lower right corner where I usually put it.
Because I've just noticed that sometimes prices of coins will vary depending on which exchange you buy it on.
Oh yeah,
Oh, definitely.
People trade that, arbitrage. So it's difficult, but some computer programs pull it off.
And that's what keeps the exchanges in parity, is people doing that. So it's actually a good thing that they do that.
Yep. No complaints from me. Okay. Any other questions or comments about the market overall before we go to Altcoin Alert?
I'd like to just mention a warning about Bitcoin. I've been watching and reading some stuff that's about the market makers and the way they manipulate the market, and the information I'm getting is that this long is all clean people out ready for a big short. So just keep that in mind, that there might be a big short coming. So I'd be a bit cautious about taking big longs. Just just make sure you stay in the safe range.
Yeah, there was an article on the Ethereum news about a bunch of Ethereum shorts that got liquidated. Liquidators, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so this long up liquidates the shorts, and then the crash down will liquidate the longs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So, and
so
for those of you
just a
don't,
warning.
yeah, it's a good point. For those of you who don't know, when you're in a short position and you have a stop loss or liquidation, you have to buy. So, and if a bunch of people get liquidated and they have to put buy orders in to fill the position, then the prices start going up. So that can sort of be an artificial pump on prices. And based on this article here, it does make me wonder if how much of the Ethereum pump is due to potential good news, or did that cause a pump, which caused the liquidations, which caused even more of a pump. So it's probably 50-50 maybe, I don't know. But Craig's got a good point. Be careful out there. We talked about trading ranges the last couple of weeks. If we've broken through, that's great. If not, then you need to cover yourself accordingly, either with stop losses or going in small and doing ladder buys at support, and protect yourself that way. So, all right. Well, if there's nothing else on the topic, we'll go over to Altcoin Alert. Alrighty then, I've got my altcoin radar available. So I've got all the information in front of me. I'm sorting by the AA score. I had this open about half an hour ago. I'm gonna refresh. And we've got refreshingly, it's refreshing to see this many very bullish. We haven't seen any very bullish, or very few, in the past couple of weeks. Blue Zell, something I trade from time to time, as is RSR. Both are available on on Bybit and Leverage, so I like to trade that. I've got both of them up. I was looking at them earlier. Let's go ahead and check it out. Start with RSR. We got 81.3 score. Quick look at the day chart. It looks like all the day charts we've looked at, the past several months, it was up to almost 6 cents. Gave up 90% of it and coming back a little bit now. On the hour, since the 12th, about the last week or so, 30% increase. And the 5-minute chart, we missed a dip sequence late morning, early afternoon Pacific time. And I wanted to show this one though, because this is a really good example of a 1, 2, 3 dip. The first dip here is kind of in the transition between the squeeze and the bubble, so we're not going to count that. Count this one here, 1, 2, 3. I probably get in here, even though there's a 4th dip. Drops about another 1.5%, but works its way back up. And I probably would have been looking for an exit around this 2% range, and that would have hit about 4 hours later. So pretty good day trade, especially on say 5x, 10x leverage. But we're too late now. It's already above the top of the Bollinger Band on the 5-minute chart. So got a couple options. We can do our price alerts, see if it'll come back down. Got short-term support right here around 0.6 cents. So that would be a place to put your your price alert. I usually AA 81.3, and that's how you do that. As you know, I prefer indicator alerts on my 15-minute chart, because I find that a lot of times when they dip, get below the 30 on the RSI, which is considered oversold, or 20 on the MFI, that tends to be in a dip sequence on the 5-minute chart. Though to be candid, I often don't bother to go to the 5-minute chart because I know that, so I tend to enter on the 15-minute chart in those situations.
Can we go back to the 5-minute chart for a minute, CJ?
All right. What's on your mind, Craig?
I'm just looking at the stats there, and everything I can see there, the upward moving average, the money flow, the RSI, the statistic, all indicate that it's going to continue going up, in my opinion. Would you agree with that?
I agree. That's what it shows.
Doesn't mean it's going to do it, I know.
No.
And if you look at the 15, it's not as convincing. But
Right.
But just looking at that, to me, that looks like it's got strong continuation for a little while, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Right. And, we can look at the past situations where it did that, yesterday or early this morning, it did that and then dropped. It kind of hung around on the MFI and then dropped. So
yeah, but if we look at this one, it dropped and then it's turned
yeah,
again
and
before
then it
it's
turned up.
crossed the
So
line.
this one kind of bucked the trend of
Look at the last one. It's gone down and then it's turned as soon as it's hit 75.
So, my thinking, I was going to wait till Bitcoin hit 30 and held that to start to do squeeze trades again. And squeeze trades are, at least to me, is usually when we get above the SMA line with force, some good candle action, and then, take that to the top of the Bollinger Band, which here we get 1.46% in an hour and a half. That's good stuff. So yeah, you can try that. That makes me a little nervous. I haven't had much luck with 5-minute above the Bollinger Band. I haven't done it that often because I was always warned that was a danger zone. So that's kind of stuck in my brain. But some people catch those and do pretty well with them. One thing you can do is like a super scalp when it does go over. If you're an experienced leverage trader, if it does punch over, try to get a quick little, 0.5 or 0.8 on, maybe 20x leverage, something like that. You got to set a tight stop loss in that situation, but yeah, it can work. All right, well, that was a little different. Anything else on RSR before we look at another one? Okay. Yeah, Blue Zell was the other one that was on the AA score. And it looks a lot like RSR. So look at the day real quick. Get rid of, actually, we'll go over indicator alerts on this. So on the day chart, this one has had its big move over 40 cents towards the end of last year. It's had a couple pumps up to 20 cents, but can't seem to hold it. It's below 10 cents now. Pretty good move last week or so, almost 30%. The 5-minute, there's a similar dip sequence, what we just saw in RSR. Dip 1, dip 2, dip 3. Yeah, it's a good entry there. To the SMA line, 2.5% in 2 hours. We like that. So that would have been a good one, but we're a bit late for that now. So what I like to do is go to my 15-minute alert and maybe look at divergence. We have a couple decent bullish divergence results, over 5% on this one from a couple days ago. And this one took a dip and hit a couple divergences before it was really in profit. So to get, say, 2.5%, that would have taken most of the day yesterday. Got some bearish divergences now because it's been going up. And you might recall, divergence is a disagreement between the candle action and the and the indicator. So let's see if I could show an example. I'm not seeing a real clear one. Okay, we'll do that some other time. But so you can set your alert on divergence if you're familiar with it. You know, right click on here. If you want to go short on something that's pumping, it's a little dangerous, but I got the negative divergence detected once per bar close, and you know, AA score is 81.3 or something like that. You're good to go. I'm not sure if I'd want to short this yet. More interested in catching a retrace on this, so I go with the maybe positive divergence and try to have that match up with one of these other indicators. And then you do the same thing here, add your alert on the divergence and choose positive, and the rest is the same. And we have our MFI and RSI. Looks like the MFI is a little more sensitive. These didn't quite make it down to the 20 oversold level. So you might want to go say 23, 25 on this one if you want to catch a dip. And the last few that did that worked out pretty well. This one here came down to about 23. Get in on this green candle, it dips a little bit, then goes up 3.4%. We like that. Another entry here. It's on a red candle, though. I'd probably wait for this green candle. Goes down a little bit, and then we catch this big move. So that works out pretty well. So alert on the MFI, crossing up. And usually 20 is the default. Go 25 on this one. Once per bar close, and AA 81.3. So that would be the play on that one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and create that one. See if I can catch that tonight. Okay, any questions on Bluzell? All right, let's see what else. Well, that's probably enough for the AA scores. Another sort we like to do is the Elder Impulse Daily, which is a technical indicator, or long-term sentiment, which is the Twitter data, you know, what people are talking about. So when these match up, that's something I want to look at. The Elder Impulse, we're getting more bullish coins. Yeah, we got 79. I haven't seen anything like that in a couple months.
Now, bullish is the highest category there?
For Elder Impulse, yes. You
Yeah.
hover over here on the question, the last line says bearish, neutral, bullish. So
some of them are very bullish. Some of the columns are very bullish. And
right. The long-term
Just follow.
sentiment will add very bullish. It might even have very bearish. Yeah, that's very bearish as well. So you can sort either one. We're trying to match up the two. I find that, and bullish is a match as well. I find that it's harder to get the bullish on the Elder Impulse than it is long-term sentiment lately. So I've been doing the Elder Impulse sorts. And we've got Ethereum coming up 18% today. So let's check out Ethereum. Well, we looked at this in some detail already on the day chart. So on the hour, you see how it's trending up. Yeah, 58% in 5.5 days. We're too late for a dip sequence. It never really had one anyway. This is a perfect opposite of a dip sequence. You have to squeeze here and then it bubbles out. Of course, if I do my Alt-I, it'll switch. But that's something you can do if you want to short it, but I wouldn't short Ethereum right now. So we've got some price support right here at around 1450. That might be a decent place to get in. On the 15-minute chart, all the bullish divergences have done pretty well. Yeah, 2% here. Yeah, these kind of go sideways and then up, so those would be decent decent entry points. Only got, again, these MFIs aren't quite reaching the oversold zone, and the RSI is not coming down really below 35. So again, I've lately been doing the MFI alerts over the RSI. So this one had this nice move, and this one, had a really nice move as well. So over 8%, we love that. So I'm going to go with my MFI crossing up, go 25 once per bar close. This is my elder impulse sort, and I'm good to go. So we got 2 alerts now on Ethereum and Bluzelle. We'll see if I can catch one of these later tonight. Oliver suggesting a dead cat bounce. That could be. And that's just where it just goes in a V shape, Something drops and it bounces right back up. I always thought calling it a dead cat bounce was rather crude and an insult to cat lovers, but that's the term. I didn't make it up. All right, any questions on Ethereum here? All right, let's see what else we have on Altcoin Alert. Matic, Solana. It's nice to see these blue chips in here. AVAX, Tron, Uni. Yeah, these are all things I either trade or hold or both. So let's look at Matic, and then we'll head over to iCoinPro.
Shiba Inu's still around.
Shiba
Thought that
Inu?
might have got wiped out in this market.
Nah, it's got a rabid community, so it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Did you say rabid?
Rabid. So yeah, that's there's people holding out hope that it gets to 1 penny and then equals the market cap of Apple or something like that. I think that's what happens. There's trillions of tokens out there, but I actually don't know that much about it other than it's a meme coin, not something I'd want to own. But if you own it and made money on it, knock yourself out. I do trade it from time to time. I have no problem with that. But where was I? Matic. Yeah, let's look at Matic. Little self-interest in this. I saw that it went up today, but hadn't really looked at the chart. Wow, we got way too much going on. That's not what I want to do. Okay, so Matic was over $1.40 when I bought it. Down 74%. Now it's only 30% down. All right. On the hour, really nice move. Last 5 days, 80%. We have Matic news. Oh yeah, there has been the Matic news. We talked about this on Friday, where it's got this partnership with Disney and also with Reddit, with avatars and I believe NFTs. So yeah, that's when a blue chip like this gets some actual use with companies people have heard of, that's good stuff. That's the kind of thing you want to trade on. All right, on the 5-minute. Didn't dip that much when Bitcoin dropped earlier today. Dipping a little bit now. Looks like we have some short-term support down here around 89 cents. That would be a potentially good entry. Otherwise, the 15-minute chart. How's divergence doing? Haven't had bullish divergence since yesterday. Obviously did really well. Bearish ones, not so much. So be careful if you want to short this. Actually, the last one did okay. 6%, that's pretty good. All right. We have multiple dips below the 20 on the MFI, but none below the 30 on the RSI. So again, the MFI seems to be the better choice. Yeah, just looking at a couple of these entries. Got 4 or 5% here in 8 hours. A couple days ago, this dip didn't quite make the 20 zone. This one did. 2.5% there. If you hold on a little longer and catch this move, obviously that encapsulates this one too. And then finally, our most recent, about 5 hours ago, 7% at the top of the Bollinger Band on the 15-minute chart. So, yeah, go with Matic. Alert on the MFI. Crossing up. I'll go 20 on this one. Once per bar close, elder impulse sort. And I've got my alert. Okay. Well, that's about all I have for Altcoin Alert. We're at about a half an hour. Any questions on this before I move over to iCoinPro? Okay, iCoinPro. I had that's the wrong screen. Fear and Greed Index. Hey, we're almost out of extreme fear. I think it's 30 or 25 or 30 where we're just into fear. So this is progress. And then iCoinPro has 2 information sources that I like to use to find potential trades. The RSI SPY is the first one I usually look at. Sort by the 1 hour RSI, and that's going to show me anything that's below 30. Even though I've been going to the MFI below 20 lately, this can be valuable as well. RSI below 30. Unfortunately, with the market moving up the way it has today, we don't have any coins that qualify. So, and the ones that do are mostly Bitcoin pairs. So there's really nothing here to look at. But since we're on this one, let's look at one short. Craig had a good point. This pumping could be setting up some shorts. Wouldn't mind having a short going now to maybe ride it all the way down if one happens. And a lot of coins are overbought. Ethereum Classic. When Ethereum pumps, sometimes this one does too, because a retail buyer or retail trader might go, well, Ethereum's too expensive at $1,500 or $1,300 or $1,400, but I'll buy this for $2,650. Seems close enough. So sometimes Ethereum Classic can catch a ride on that. Let's check it out. Okay. The day chart had a pretty big move up to $40. My screen's freezing. There we go. So yeah, over $50 in March. Gave up a lot of that, over 70%, and a recent move. So plenty of room to retrace. Big move today. Last 2 days anyway. Up 80%. Wow. 5 minute. Okay, way too late for nothing even resembling a dip sequence here. There's some support in this vicinity here around 21.75. That could be a potential entry. It is dipping
Getting
now.
close to a reverse dip, a dropping dip.
Yeah, this is coming down here.
Yeah, but we've got what, two outside the Bollinger Band there. So if it retraces back up, we could have our third and our entry point
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah,
sure.
instead of a 1, 2, 3 dip, 1, 2, 3 pump.
Yeah, in
that's a thing
reverse.
too. Yeah, if you
Well,
go
it's
alt,
still a, yeah,
go alt I on your screen, it'll reverse, make it look like like a dip sequence if that helps you out. So, and on the 5-minute, we just came down from the MFI, and the RSI is actually still up there. So let's look at our 15-minute chart. Yeah, both of them are in the zone where they're above, they're in the oversold area or the overbought area about to come down. So this could be a shorting candidate. If you're not an experienced trader, you probably shouldn't do it. Or if you are, just want to start trading with leverage, go 1 or 2x on these type of trades. I think I will keep the trend, go with my MFI alert, crossing down instead of up on 80 instead of 20. Once per bar close, and this is an RSI alert, RSI SPY short. There I go. Okay. A lot of times I just show you guys these alerts and I don't take them myself. I've been taking them myself because I've been doing pretty well with them. You guys are helping me with my actual my trading. This is sort of my, I do my morning thing, and now doing more of an afternoon update. So we'll see if these pan out tonight. Okay. Any questions on shorting Ethereum Classic? Okay. Well, the RSI SPY is not going to help us find any dip trades. So let's see if we can find something like that on the Buddy coin crawler. And if I sort from the current low to the SMA, that's going to give me the 24-hour movement, or the low of the coin to the SMA line, which is that pink line between the Bollinger Bands. This one's interesting here, Voyager token, VGX. I was looking at it earlier. It had a huge move today. You guys help me out if you know. I thought this one might be one of those, governance tokens for either an exchange or a platform, a lending platform or something like that had been in trouble. So I was kind of surprised to see this move for Voyager. Am I confusing it with, I know Celsius and, 3 Arrows and are in that category, but I couldn't find any news on Voyager, at least on TradingView. It was just, anybody know anything about this?
no.
All right. Well, we'll just trade the chart then.
What are we on? We are on, what's our time frame of our chart at the moment?
It's on the 15.
Can you look at a longer time frame? Because it looks very flat. Oh no, there is a downward trend.
Yeah, this is the day chart. It was listed on Binance towards the end of last year and then pretty much went down from there.
Just the way I was seeing that spike there, it looked like it was like a stable coin that just had a sudden spike and then was just coming back to its equilibrium. But
speaking of stable coins, quick aside, USDT is holding at 0.99988, so looking good. All right. So VGX on the 12th made this huge move, over 500%, gave most of it back and made this move today. So I'm not sure what's going on with this thing. It's on Coinbase, so you can trade it. You can do a spot trade there if you want. And on the 5-minute, yeah, it just shot up like 80% in 15 minutes. Yeah, 85% in 15 minutes. And it's given most of that back. So I don't know if some whale bought this and or how that happened, but so what do we do with this? Obvious support here at around 37, 38 cents. A little bit more here around 41. Actually, not really. That's right where it is at 43. I'd probably want to get down here though. I don't trust this move. And on the 15-minute chart, we're already dipping below the 20 on the MFI to come on back. RSI is kind of pokey today. I wonder if I reprogrammed this and forgot about it. No, that's the typical, that's the standard, the 14 length. So we're getting better signals from the MFI lately. You know, this one here. Yeah, that's right before the big move. You know, yesterday, 13%. And then we got this one that almost came down. It came down to 22.8. So I might want to do a 25 entry on this one. And then divergence. You know, this one did well eventually and caught that move. So on this one, add an alert, probably go with 25 alert, crossing up. And there you go. I don't think this one's on an exchange I trade very often, so I'm going to pass. But that's the Voyager option. Any questions on this one? Okay, we'll look at one more on iCoinPro, then we'll call it a day. So this is the current low to the SMA. What I used to sort was this average low to the SMA, and that's the 24-hour period. Looking for values, usually 5% or higher. It indicates it's got some room to move. Binance has all these weird tokens I haven't heard of before. It does have Teller before TRB. I think that's in the CryptNation list. I've got it here. Day chart. Get rid of that for now. Yeah, this one was way up here, over $80. Gave most of that back. Trending up a bit now. Big move here, over $26. You know, since yesterday, 63% one day, gave it all back. That's why I don't trust these kind of moves just out of nowhere. 5-minute chart, that's different. You usually see something go from a bubble on top to a bubble on the bottom. Not sure if I've ever seen that many red candles small red candles in a row. A very interesting setup, but let's work with what we have. Dip sequence. You know, here's your squeeze. Here's your bubble. 1, 2, 3. Maybe this is the entry. Probably ladder buy 10% down, and then yeah, that would have been a pretty good trade. Lose about 2.5% on your first move, but you pick up 7.5% on your second, so averages out to a profit. And on the 15, oh, have to look at this short shortly on Ethereum Classic. So for a price alert here on TRB, you know, right around 1640, 1650 looks good to me. And then on the 15-minute chart, I forgot to get rid of that. All right. Yeah, we got a big move down here below the 20 and below the 30 on both the indicators. So this one comes back right here, and we just missed it. It happened, you know, just before we started. And that would have been a nice move, 5% up pretty quickly. So you could do an MFI or an RSI alert to catch this on the next dip. So any questions on TRB?
No.
All right, any questions overall on the markets or either of these platforms, how to use them, day trading in general, trading in general?
Are you going to have a look at that alert and do a live trade for us?
I am not. I'm not necessarily afraid to do it, but I have to engage my my VPN, which unfortunately slows things down, and you know,
Oh, yeah.
my voice would glitch out more than usual. So it's a pretty convenient excuse. I do want to look at it a little closer before I get in. So, all right. Well, then I will stop the recording here. For those of you watching on the recording, I appreciate that. Go ahead and check out the opportunities in the comments below. If you're watching live, I really appreciate that, and hope to have you back on Friday. If you're here for Carbon, hang out or stay tuned for a couple minutes. I'll be back and we'll talk about that. Have a good one.